Uh, Good morning. We are starting from where we had left the previous day, that is in decision making. Making in this case factoring in a special order. Now, if the client wants say a price quote at the almost at the near of the end of the month or the closing of the month, and the factory has capacity to do so, normally the factory charges the client on the basis of the variable cost because all the fixed cost has been paid off and recovered for that particular period, and this only is an extra income for that company, and so it only charges on the variable cost, and fixed cost sales such as factory lease or manager salaries here is not relevant because all this has been recovered from the prior sales, and this is an extra icing and that is provided. Icing means an extra income that is provided. Now, differential cost. A differential cost actually is the difference in cost items under two or more decision alternatives. Now, what is decision alternatives? You are two or more different projects or situations. Means alternative means you can either take project A or project B, or you can do job A or job B, and you cannot do all of these at the same time. Where same thing with the same amount appears in all alternatives, it is irrelevant. Differential cost must be compared to differential revenues. Now, this is not possible in the cases where you have similar costs and similar revenues on the projects. Then differential cost becomes irrelevant. But then differential cost must be compared to differential revenues. What do you mean by differential costs and differential revenue? Now, differential costs means that the cost levels of different projects are different. Say project A, it gives it requires 10,000, but it earns say rupees 12,000. Project B, it earns say rupees 15,000, but it gives us 20,000. So there you have different projects with differential costs and differential revenue. Now the ratio of extra income in compared to the excess differential cost must be calculated and must be checked in order to arrive at a conclusion. So what is the difference in the first case? If it was 10,000 was the differential cost and 12,000 was the revenue, it was 20% of differential revenue. In the second case, it was 12,000 and 15,000, say 3,000. It is say 3,000, 25% of the differential revenue. So you can say that the second project is more acceptable based on this scenario. Now, incremental or marginal cost. Now, what is the concept of marginal cost? Now, marginal cost is a very new concept because say margin that is being introduced to you today. Marginal cost is the amount that only affects your the variable cost most, and say it is the amount that is expended on producing say another more of this unit from the present lot. Say the company is producing 500 units, how much would it take to produce 501 unit? Now, it is relevant it is relevant in costing because it is very much relevant to the relevant costing because it indicates that it considers only relevant cost. That means it considers only direct costs and not indirect costs, and that these costs vary between alternatives and ignores sunk costs. The marginal cost totally ignores sunk costs, costs that has been incurred otherwise, and it costs which has been incurred. Now, it only deals with costs that are directly related to the product, and it ignores costs that are not directly related to the product. Now, in case of marginal costing, fixed costs, etc., deducted much later on, and in only marginal costs or the variable costs, etc., are dealt before that. Now, incremental or marginal cost cannot be changed, and in marginal cost is incremental cost. Now, with each and every unit produced, we incur more and more marginal cost. Now, does it mean that if we continue producing more will always earn profit? No, because after a certain time, when the marginal cost curve meets the average cost curve from the below, and after point up to the point it meets the average cost curve, then the more we produce, the more we earn. After that, the marginal cost curve goes to the average cost curve, and what we have is the more we produce after that point, the more we lose marginally. The return becomes lower. So incremental for per unit than before that point. Now the contribution per unit becomes lower. Now it cannot be changed, and therefore is inappropriate to the business situation. Now incremental or marginal cost is a cost linked with producing an additional unit as said previously. It is the cost that is linked to an incremental or to an production of an additional unit. Now opportunity cost. Now, what is opportunity cost? It is the cost of the opportunity foregone. As we know, say if you are incurring a business, mm, if you're trying to think of a business, first of all, previously say you are selling, you are in the business of selling lands. You used to acquire a land for 10,000 rupees, build a building on it, say, or promote a four-story building, and then sell the flats for 1 lakh rupees. The total cost on building flats and the building say was 10 lakhs. The flats were priced at rupees 10 lakhs for 16 flats, and it is a four-story building, 4 flats each. So your total cost was say 10 lakhs. Total revenue is 16 lakhs. So 6 lakhs was your earning from the project. So your rate of return, opportunity rate of return on capital is 60%. That is 6 lakhs out of 10 lakhs. Now, if you are to say enter into a new business, then the return from that business must be equal to 60% or more than 60% for you to enter into that business, because 60% to you is your opportunity cost of capital. Now, the opportunity cost of capital is different for different persons. Why? Because other person, say a lady, she generally deals in gold. She generally sells gold, and whenever she sells gold, say she had brought that gold in 2015 when it was around 20,000, and now she's going to sell it. It is priced around 46,000 or 500. So she has a more than 100% return available for this particular available from this particular period for this particular period on gold. So her rate of return is more than 100%, because she had bought it for 20,000 and is now selling it for 26,000. So this opportunity cost of capital is the amount that you would have earned had you not put this money into this particular project or alternative project. Now there are numerous examples of user relevant costing. Now, competitive pricing decisions, say, for example, when you are bidding in a contract or when you're bidding for a government contract or any other kind of tender, in competitive pricing, the lower the price you can offer, then the better the chance of you getting the contract. Make or buy decisions. Now, mm, make or buy decisions, whether you should make or buy or further process decision. One, for example, if you are processing say coal, you are processing coal, you have the coal bought from the coal plant, you break down that elements into say coking coal used in the power plants, you break down into coal tar for use in making roads, and you make down into naphthalene and all those various other objects. Now, what will you do is whether make or buy decision, that whether you will say break the code into different units, or you will buy the different units separately from the market, which is cheaper. And number three is do you want to further process in the these are the called the byproducts. Coal is processed and say coal tar, naphthalene like things are obtained. So do we want to further process and sell these products, or do you want to sell the product as raw coal obtained from the mines? And this is all for today. Thank you. We'll continue in the next class.